everything. You have to
Hey,
vote
John, how are you?
unanimously today.
Yes.
Very good.
Not that you're voting.
All right,
against
Steve,
it.
can you lead us off in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm glad that it could be nice and warm in here.
Better than,
You spent 8 years here, you know, it's never changed, Barbara. Although,
The other night,
it's
everybody
on the
was,
list to do, because, I mean, we're getting off the Cobalt system, so that's like one of the big things. So next thing is air conditioning in the building, so we don't turn
not air conditioning, heat.
heat.
Uh, They were freezing at the IDA meeting the other night.
Everybody freezes, that way the meeting moves along quickly. Wayfinding signs, that's him shivering.
all right, won't involve spending anything other than grant money that exists, so you can.
Love it.
Not shiver. So we had received in our, I think it was round 12
12 or 13, yeah, one of the two.
of the downtown revitalization grant through Suffolk County, $65,000 towards wayfinding signs. So I don't know how familiar you are with the wayfinding signs, but basically it's like a theme, consistent theme of signage throughout the town, which would help visitors identify different things. So parking probably most importantly, and then where things are, how to get to places. So this is a quick picture of, this is Washington DC, but it, you know, and this got cut off, but it shows there's a branding, like a theme, and they all are consistent, same
Looks like a
color.
W for Walter.
Yeah, it could be. Font, where to go, and it's, you know, some of these would be changeable, obviously. And this isn't what we're looking at doing necessarily, but just for an idea, so you understand. And then in the BOA study, they identified where we ought to put the signage, most of it. So, I mean, it's gonna require some work and manipulation, but at least it's a starting point. So we're working on trying to get to spend this money now, because it's kind of critical. I think we agree to our revitalization, and particularly identifying parking, because people come in, they don't know what to look for. So if you have here, like in this case, there were better examples, but like this is what you're gonna look for, and once you see that, now everywhere you see it, you know that's where the public parking is. So we have 65,000 to spend, and then we're gonna work on, we have some other,
Wasn't there a match isn't that why
For the
we
bid, so we do have that in our budget this year.
Nice,
Mhm.
you're the man.
and at 10:30, I'm gonna go to another meeting with PSCG, who's maybe has $100,000 available for downtown. So maybe we could use that for
Maybe I
this
could use it to get electricity.
project also. So, the first thing we need to do is come up with a design, I think that we all agree on and love and think represents our
Sorry.
community. So,
Chair is wrong, I want to move back.
I spoke to Lisa Weedell, and she was willing to do, on an hourly basis, design ideas for us to consider. And then Steve and I'll work on putting together some people, and
I
then
think that's
obviously
fine.
go through the ARB.
She's very talented.
Yeah, and, you know, her comment was more, even than getting the work, I wanna make sure not only the signs are attractive, but also built correctly, so they don't, you know, so that probably may be something we would bid out, the actual construction of the signs and the installation. would
Right.
be- Well, certainly the installation,
that
but the construction would probably be
scope.
something we'd bid out. But as
This
long as
comes
the
up.
specs are what we want, that are good specs, then we can be confident that they're not gonna fall down or look funny in 2 years,
I know.
so that's where we're at, and we just wanna give you an update and just make sure that was
Is there
okay.
certain specs with the grant application or no? Probably
The actual signs themselves?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it has to be on municipally owned property.
That's all.
That's pretty much the restrictions.
So
Okay.
that's our story.
I could try to load it in, see if it
If it
works.
doesn't work. I like it.
And we'll, what's today,
Congratulations,
8/10?
Steve, on a nice day.
Yeah, we're looking forward to later.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be, it's the 11th?
It's the time, after ZBA, I'm coming down.
All right, Reichel, he's not here for tipping fees.
We're good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're good.
Thank you. Steve,
Yes, thank
see you later.
All right.
Dawn, thank you.
Peter, what are you here for, Schwing? Let's do Schwing.
I should move down there, so
You
we're
wanna
backwards.
move?
No, I should move on the other side.
I don't want John to get too comfortable with the,
No, I mean, I should sit on
The
the other side
centerpiece.
so we're balanced.
No, I'm not, I'm saying right here. Good morning,
I might go sit over. Good morning.
maybe I'll run for council, I don't know.
good morning.
I know. Don't scare them.
All right.
Jeff, good morning.
Good morning, John, how are you? Good. I'm sitting down here.
Are you? Okay.
Been a long time since I've been on this side, since Phil, actually.
Jim, did I offend you?
No, I'm just trying to condense the camera.
Oh,
They don't have the wide pan for me.
He wants it balanced.
Oh,
Fair and balanced.
as soon as I sat down here, he got up and left,
The
so.
desk here,
my left ear is getting kinda.
All
one
right.
council person each side of the supervisor.
This is
It actually worked.
three applications, variance, special permit, and site plan application for an expansion of the existing wholesale electrical supply, electrical, string electric right up the road from here.
Yes,
Love it.
We came here when, Karen?
a month ago. Early July. Yeah.
So you will see a resolution to schedule this for a public hearing for the special permit, and also, as it's an unlisted action, we're recommending that be coordinated review because it also requires site plan application review by the planning board, and you want one secret determination on this. And barring any surprises, I suspect the
Neg
town
deck
board.
type 2?
I suspect the town board will want to be the agency, but you want comments from the planning board.
I think the, looking at the rendition, it's a pretty nice building, and it'll pick up East Main Street, from what's there down there now.
They need some space for the, additional space, and the site it's a little tired, it needs some
Yep.
cleanup, sprucing up, so this will kill a lot of birds. Don't see any problems with it, but just, we want to make sure that we consolidate secret into one process.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Good with that, Pete?
He's laughing.
You know, I just said, it's got nothing to do with Jeff's comments, other than if they had said it a year ago, it would've been easier. Because in the beginning of time, the engineer filed the plans, discussed it.
We've had this plan a year.
And had to go to the zoning board correctly by policy. And by policy, they got a determination, there was a seeker comment made in that decision. And they had to do that, and they made that. And then relatively, recently, a couple months ago, they revisited that and said, we think we gotta bolster it up, we gotta go back to the zone, we'll get a better resolution. Cover ourselves a little bit better.
That's because we have Jeff Seaman and he does secret right.
So that was done. So then I'm saying, okay, we had this meeting here, we said we're gonna set a public hearing, Rob Stromsky's gonna have his board presentation made, get everything, let's get going. When's the public hearing? I gotta tell the client when it is. And then, now I hear,
Can't we just do
even
the
though it's an
public hearing?
unlisted action, you had to coordinate review.
You did
And I
not.
said, it's not that I object to these determinations, it's kinda late in the game to say we need something further. So I'm not here to argue, debate.
Good.
I'm just saying,
Do we have to
I
go
don't
to
think it's
public hearing?
necessary.
Yes, it's close to 9,000 square foot building
Okay,
addition,
so why don't we just set the public hearing?
and coordinate the review with the, and
So when can
And
you have a
Peter
resolution?
does not lose any time, because it takes a month to schedule the public hearing, 30-day coordination, he does not lose any time.
So when
And
do
we don't
schedule
have
a
three
pub-
separate secret determinations.
Peter wants to know when we're setting the public hearing.
He knows the date, it's the
It'll be
September
done in
meeting.
his- it'll be
Second
done in
meeting
your
in September.
lifetime.
Oh, there you go. Swear.
I didn't know the date, but that's okay.
Did we pass the resolution for that? I know
No,
we
that-
told.
We had
a
the
big
resolution for
discussion.
the
You said
packet
it was
for
gonna be
Tuesday.
the first week in September or
Okay,
something.
you
and
got
then-
it. You got what you
Can we
wanted.
get a resolution?
day.
What you
Yeah, it's
wanted.
in your packet,
Good.
Oh, it's in the
Anything
back,
else?
okay.
not for this.
All right,
Okay.
Riverview Lofts. What are we doing?
All right.
I know what we're doing. Where
Yeah,
are we?
You're gonna have a resolution, two resolutions in your packet for Tuesday. One is for making a secret determination, and the second one will be for approving the special permit and preliminary site plan application.
All right, so far, the only comments came in were Barbara's. I looked at them, they were not, I know we talked about CAC, I think they heard,
Last night they
so
approved.
that's taken care of. There were a couple things, but they were not insurmountable, I don't think.
And I think we've addressed them.
Were
And
they
then also-
insurmountable, Barbara? I don't think your comments were insurmountable.
And then also, we just got comments today from Larry Sims.
Wow.
Who? Larry Sims.
What's his comments? Or can you give me a copy of them?
Yeah. And we just got them
He does have an interesting signature.
within the last hour, so we're digesting them.
Okay. So assuming, you know, we're not gonna presuppose anything, but we'll have those resolutions in the packet unless something in the comments raises an issue that we haven't thought of or haven't dealt with or can't deal with.
Correct.
Okay,
Okay,
I think that's fair. Moving right along.
That's it?
thank you.
We'll look at Larry Sims' letter.
Parking.
Some of it's the
It's all
IADA.
based on,
Diane just got it this morning and she's distributing to everybody
Okay.
officially, so.
that was that heated IDA meeting. A lot of this is coming out of.
You know, it's interesting, a lot of people talk about the IDA, and, the
Conjecture.
property, I forget what the property pays in taxes now, but it's always, this project, it will always pay more in taxes every year than the property currently generates now, so,
Oh, well, that's always the case, isn't it?
I mean, I think it's double. I think that the taxes they'll pay is double, so it's not really a net loss to the town. I had somebody come in, I'm not wasting time, but it's almost a daily occurrence where people are talking to me about the lack of affordable housing, and I had a comment yesterday from one of my tenants. He says, my son moved to Colorado, where he rents a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,400 a month, because he can't do that on Long Island. I said, well, he could do that in the David Gallo project, but that's why I moved to a place in Colorado. He works in a high-tech job, and we just don't have that. Every one of our apartments in Riverhead is full, and when I stopped at that AVR property in William Floyd Parkway, they told me that they're 98% occupancy, 70% renewal rate, which is like unheard of for a rental like that, and they were pre-booked. I mean, they were pre-filled prior to CO, so I know we're doing the right thing. Do you guys want to start resolutions? You don't have your computers yet.
I don't have-
know where
no.
Michael is. Barbara, how did I do? Did I do well on the film?
Oh, very good. These guys did a great job on this here,
So we'll let you know.
even though we're not
Stay
discussing it
tuned,
right now.
we'll make sure that the
Yeah.
comments are
You
dealt
carried
with.
it in now.
My request is, in the future, I'd like a little more time.
That's it,
Time.
see, huh?
We have a lot of big projects coming
What the
here.
heck, huh?
Yes, we do.
We do.
We're slammed.
Next time you'll get 5
And you
minutes.
have more staff members than you ever had.
I thought we were gonna discuss.
Yes, you do.
with them. Huh?
You have more staff than you ever
I
had.
thought we what? Huh?
You're fully staffed, come on.
Perfect.
All right, see you later, guys.
See you later, guys.
Larry, I don't know what you did, but now you're feeding back again. Oh, my God, my shoulder. The Riverview Lofts one? Yes, yes. Yep. I have a copy if you want to borrow it, like, check it out like at the library.
Is the revised one on the website or just the original? Because as of yesterday, it was just the original.
I think I have the revised one on my desk.
But
Yeah.
it's not on the, I don't believe.
I don't know if it's on the website.
As of yesterday, it wasn't, unless something.
I have the revised, I think it's the revised one I just put in my drawer. You're welcome to borrow it if you'd like.
I'm just, normally the sequence is if there are revisions, it gets posted just like the first one, the original.
Do we know if the revised DEIS got put on the website for review lofts? I don't know, we can check. All right. Larry, I think you should just pause because we're not ready.
No, do not remember my.
Again, Larry,
Pause us.
we don't have any of the resolutions yet, so,
Where's your, how are you getting the resolutions?
well, I have, listen, my computer is not working. He took it 2 weeks ago, and now he's on vacation, so I do not have a computer. I'm supposed to be getting those, and I haven't got any yet.
How about I give you mine?
I said, well, he said
All
it's not on
right,
the
you pause
computer
us?
yet.
Pause
Oh,
us,
they're
because
hot.
Jim's gotta
They must
unload.
have-
I'm ahead of